At the end of last year, I put out a video from our vacation to Florida, and down in the comments under the video, I saw quite a lot of people commenting that I looked so much happier in Florida than in Germany, and that maybe I should think about moving back there. So, am I? Should I? Hey everyone, Dana here. So yeah, looking back at that video from Florida, I certainly agree I look pretty happy there. But was I happier there than in Germany? Well, yes, sorta, but that doesn't mean that I should move back. I was on vacation in Florida during one of the most beautiful weeks of the year. Almost the whole time we were there, it was sunny, but not too hot. And I had traveled to Florida from a place that had been cold and gray for weeks. And I was in Florida to see some of my best friends and closest family. Basically, I spent a week driving around the state, getting to see some of my favorite people, getting to eat some of my favorite food, going to the beach, enjoying the sun, and not having to worry about all those daily life worries because I was on vacation. So yeah, I guess I would have to say that I was happier in terms of happiness being this experience of feelings of like, yes, that you get from something in the moment that triggers those feelings inside of you. I mean, during that week in Florida, there was an almost unending lineup of feelings being triggered inside of me, but that was only able to be the case because I was in Florida on vacation. I lived in South Florida for years, and believe me, I was not always constantly that happy as in the video. As I mentioned in the video, vacationing in paradise and living in paradise are two completely different things. This might seem small and a little bit trivial, but just take the sand, for example. On vacation, I love the sand. Sand in your hair, sand on my feet, sand on your clothes. It's all good. You're on vacation. But when I lived in Florida, I tried going to the beach in between jobs sometimes, or I had school and then I went to the pool before work. And I can't speak for other people, but when I'm trying to work and I've got sand stuck in between my toes and I'm wearing socks and closed-toed shoes, or I need to put on a suit for my job, but I have sunscreen on from the pool and sticky and it's super hot out, those pleasant, good, feel-good feelings did not stick around all the time like they did on vacation. Okay, so then how about a more kind of happiness that feels like, So happiness that is less joy in the moment and a little more enduring. Well, here's the thing. Actually, yes, I love the ocean. I'm an ocean person. The ocean speaks to me. It doesn't have to be the Florida coast in particular, but I just love the ocean. And I love the sun and I love the warmth. So all of those things do actually have points for Florida as far as this more peaceful kind of enduring happiness goes, because those things do really speak to me. However, I still did move away from Florida to Europe in search of something else. So clearly, even with the sun and the ocean, something was missing there for me. Here in Germany, no, I don't really have the sun and I don't have the warmth. And living here in Munich, I also don't have the ocean nearby. But you know what I do have? I am surrounded by lots of other countries quite nearby that I can just hop in the car and drive to, or hop on a train or a bus and travel to just for the weekend and learn about so many other places. I really felt like that was missing from my life in Florida. And when I travel around Germany and Europe and just also walking around Munich on a daily basis, a lot of the buildings are really old. And I personally love that. I have a thing for history and old buildings and just the architecture here in general. It feeds a part of my soul that was not getting fed in Florida. So yeah, I do miss the ocean and the sun and the warmth, but cobblestone streets and half-timbered houses just speak to me. And when I walk down those streets, especially when I'm on vacation or even just a day vacation, a day trip, I do have that same excited joy in the moment, pleasurable, good feeling happiness as in the Florida vacation video. Yeah, I've said it before. There was just something that drew me to Europe. Something about the buildings and the cities here that speaks to me, that I can't even put into words. And also looking at more kind of practical things, I guess. Living in Munich, I'm also living somewhere with public transportation, and that is great because I hate driving. You didn't get to see that in the Florida video, how stressful it was for me to be driving around South Florida, even though I wasn't even the one driving. Stefan was driving, but still, it's stressful in South Florida. And also living somewhere with universal health care. I have mentioned that before. I am so grateful to have the kind of health care that I have access to here and more. So on both a practical side and on a kind of feeding my soul side, living in Germany feels right to me. But okay, wait now. Besides the weather and the beach, are there other things that I miss about Florida as far as this more enduring happiness goes? Yes, for sure. I miss the food in Florida for one. Oh my God, I miss the food in South Florida almost every day of my life. And the friendliness, the outgoing friendliness of the people in the grocery stores or just when you're out and about, friendly, outgoing customer service. And I super miss people going out of their way to strike up a friendly conversation with me for basically no reason at all, except to just have a quick little chat with me about whatever and then go on with their day. I really, really miss that. So yeah, basically there are things, of course, that I like about both places, but right now living here just feels more like I'm living in the right place that I'm supposed to be living in right now. If that makes any sense? So my question for you is, do you see a difference in these kinds of happiness, or is it all the same to you? And where do you feel happiest in either sense of the word? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy these videos and you're not subscribed to the channel yet, maybe think about subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe think about giving a like with the like button. Thank you so much. And also, I want to give a really, really, really big thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to check out our Patreon page, you can find a link to that down in the description box below. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. Where do you feel happiest? I miss about Florida what?